Hello, fair listener. Welcome and thank you for following our journey on metagaming by Rum Propelled Gaming. Fair warning, sometimes we are not safe for work, and others not safe for real life. Journey forth at your own risk. Now let's dive right back into Tarath through the campaign Many Polos.
Yes, my
All
lord.
praise Craig.
My lord, I've converted them. We all praise Craig now.
The hand of fate tosses, the dice rolls, spins, turns. A campaign starts and ends, leaving memories that become stories. Stories flow out into the infinite sea, painting it with legends. Legends wash up on the shores throughout the infinite sea, fading to myth until myths are forgotten, and again the campaign that gave it birth comes again and again. Hand of fate tosses, the dice rolls, spins, turns. Hitherto, we left our adventurers known as the Shadow Seekers on the 4th level of Hell, Greed. After vanquishing the Mirror Seal on the 5th level of Hell of Manipolis' prison, in the center of the phallic maze of the Acropolis, the Shadow Seekers fell before the Greedy Goblin Tavern in sweltering heat of the molten magma that filled the floor of the enormous goblin settlement that they found themselves in. Reluctantly, they pay the entrance fee to quench their thirst on green goblin slushies at the Greedy Goblin. Ash bargains with Bildrith, Bill she later gets to know, the proprietor of the Greedy Goblin, for a 50% share of the profits. He also explains the Church of Shen is the only other free time activity of worshipping for wealth. More drinking ensues with the successful deal, whereupon Stephen, the bartender, explained they had been victims of greed already from the door goblins. Franklin and Phelan drunkenly threatened the guards for Ash's gem back. And Bill lets Ash know they are welcome to stay in one of their rooms, and she is able to drink for free now that she's 50% owner. The Shadow Seekers wake with a pounding in their heads and resonating throughout the pocket rocket. Sitting at the table with breakfast ready, Franklin has two young dire crickets in new goblin skulls driving their skeletons, and nobody bats an eye while they finish their breakfast, and the tink 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 that was pounding slowly fades away in their heads and in the pocket rocket as they're prepared with some calf to help with the headache. Refreshed from breakfast, they head out on the ramshackled goblin town, straddling the magma pit. Realizing Ash is rich, they decide to go on a shopping spree, stopping at several shops, street vendors, and an armory shop, with a large list where the Shadow Seekers used Sugar Mama Ash's wealth of precious stones for some fancy new items. During the haggling, the Shadow Seekers learned of the Wealth Festival coming up soon. That would be next session, just FYI, or is what I kind of penciled in here. not this one.
That's
but
right, where everybody gets together in one place perfectly, as if asking to be blown up by, I don't know, a massive order of dynamite.
As well as Ezra adopted Regina in the middle of the store, with Franklin officiating. And plans were made to plant a healing mango of youth inside the pocket rocket and explode the goblin town. With the town's own stockpile of dynamite, nonetheless. The Ring of Mind Shield and the Rhino's Hide were noted to be on back order, however, so they decided not to blow up the town today. Ash received the stone receipt for their dealings, for them to come back. And the goblin salesman explains how to get to Kai Shen's temple through a finely crafted large metal door in the cliff face. They check the time from the glowing stalactite clock hanging over the town. Realizing it is late in the afternoon, they proceed through the door and out the other side of a metal tunnel into a new chamber where the temple stood directly in front of them. That was, and this room being much cooler than it was in the previous, or in this chamber. And the Shadow Seekers walk up its staircase into the church, and are greeted by a flamboyantly pimp preacher who walks directly up to them and asks them to swear fealty to Kai-Shen, which is simply the chant that they hear all around them of more, always more, wealth flows to the worthy, and I am worthy. Ash then contacted Manipolis, who explained that he would take just about any swearing, Kai-Shen that is, and he then seizes the opportunity to explain to the Shadow Seekers Mycopolis was not lying about the world of Tareth exploding on his release and imploding on his death. And if he is left in his prison, the world would stay in peace, but the Shadow Seekers would be trapped in hell still. And Manipolis rambles on more in his drunken slur that it's fine, he can fix the world after it explodes upon his release and create it in their image, as they are welcome gods at his table at that point. But they should steal the world seed from Mycopolis to help rebuild Tareth. At which point blood was pouring from Ash and Franklin's noses, with the connection to the god and these plans that kind of went above everyone's head, and Regina's eyes went a little bloodshot, while Ezra, we're in Ezra. Ezra kind of just looked at everybody confused. And then Ash pets Bob the crocodile soothingly. After which they all begin to swear fealty to Kai-Shen, only half-hearted, but still seems to take. All except Franklin goes smoothly to repeat the chanting around them. Franklin learns too late that the statue that his connection to his Lord and Savior was withholding him from being able to promise himself truly to the Lord of Kai-Shen, and the statue out front squishes one of Franklin's companions as it tries to escape from the temple, and the door swings shut, and a voice from below rumbles out that they shall die for Franklin not releasing his vow to another. And yeah, you guys can all roll initiative.
We're in danger.
I
I have a +0, but I have advantage.
have 10.
19.
17.
Then again, Ezra was wolfing out, kind of protecting dad mode. So
But yeah, don't forget you guys are under the effect of ceremony for the next week. I'm looking it up for you.
So that was a 10 for yourself, Ezra?
yes.
Just making sure before I press the button. Oh boy.
You both have a +2 to AC while you're within 30 feet of each other for the next week. Oh, they all go first.
Yeah! I auto-rolled that.
Oh, no.
There's so many of them, too.
We're in danger. This is going to be a KO turn 1. We don't even get to go. Alright. That's fine. No problem.
The large... Most of the goblins at this point are eyes bulging out of their head, kind of frozen in a panic, don't seem to unable to move, it seems like, as one of the guardians, you're interpreting the sense of them, of the church, comes stalking forward. 10, 25, 30. Just make sure that
Aye.
he's
Oh,
right
shit.
up to Franklin, who seems to
Yep.
be the offending person in the first place.
Okay. I have Franklin.
And it opens its maw. Let me see here. That's an interesting. Rather conduct additional official. Immediately after casting. Oh,
If
okay.
we die,
Okay.
just
Okay.
know I'm not gonna really die. We're all already dead.
Being that this creature is on fire, it does not seem to care about fire, and it brings up its hand with a ball forming in it after it's already moved forward towards you.
Of course.
And
What do we do? Yeah.
you can see as it's gotten closer, though, bits and pieces of gears and such that are all over it, that are some mostly formed, some of the joints aren't quite formed, and it casts fireball. It opens its mouth basically, and you just hear this
Fireball. Excellent.
screech.
Fuck.
Creek 20 foot. So yeah, it's definitely centered on you guys. You guys are all gonna have to make a dexterity saving throw for me. I believe it is. Yep. Yep.
All right,
Let's
here
go
we go.
dexterity saving throw. Go.
That was perfect.
I don't know what that was, but
Fasten your seatbelt. This is gonna suck.
Oh, I just rolled
no.
a natural 20
that.
plus 3.
It-
23.
Reroll. Oh god. Inspiration.
Oh, wait. Everybody's near me, right? You get a +3 to your saving throws.
Not helpful. May I use an inspiration point to reroll?
I don't know. Let me see a second. Well, it was only,
If
full
I
damage
count.
of 22.
Oh, fuck.
And it is in a
Level 2. Level 2.
this is just one of the 3 guys here.
Yeah. I think we're done, Z's.
What am I drawing? There it is. Rectangle. Arch. No, I want. Oh, that's what that is.
Boy.
Where's
Their roll
There we
on initiative was very high.
Yeah.
Screw the plan. The plan just got
Garude. Look
Oh,
to
this
the
is
others.
a 10-foot.
By gosh. Wait, does it hit the other goblins that are within 20 feet though?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out here.
Oh, fuck yeah. At least kill yourself. And it hits the guy.
Yeah, I think so. Because it's centered right in the center of you guys. So
Right.
5, 10, 15, 20.
He's
yeah,
just
so it hits
committing
it.
suicide.
Yeah. Well,
Don't
the
do
guy.
it, guys. Everyone online, don't commit suicide. Like this guy committed suicide with a fireball on himself. Don't do it.
For him,
bad.
it doesn't.
Okay.
You can see the flames start to erupt as it starts to explode. The ball of fire that seems to have compressed and gone into the center of you guys. does not seem to affect it at all. It is pretty much already it's already molten almost. So this
Great.
amount of fire is just kind of like a warm breath of air.
Oh,
Yeah,
good.
yeah. But the people outside of that,
Was this thing a creature too, way up north?
yeah.
Okay.
Come
Let's see.
on.
Unfortunately, rage will not do anything for this. Unfortunate.
Oh no.
I'm not a particular subclass of barbarian yet.
You're not a particular subclass of anything. You're a level 2.
I know.
Oh, I need one more. There we go. Yeah, the pimp just saves, so he only takes half damage at 11, but all the other goblins are just incinerated
Good.
Hooray.
as you look
Good,
around.
I guess. Look at you guys.
And where did it go now?
Mm,
Anyone that
I've
beat
got some healing.
a 16, if you beat it, then you you take half of the 22. Otherwise, you take the full 22.
Yeah. Yep.
Also,
The other guy's turn.
no, as the dust settles from the spell, almost as if like you hear a rumbling inside the creature, and you see a kind of a charge wreck all over its unfinished joints, and a clap like thunder as a wave rolls out from under it. It looks like you're not quite sure where. For another 11 damage, it looks like is what I rolled. 2d10. Yep. With a DC Constitution saving throw. Constitution, yeah. If you could make that.
17.
Just made it, buddy.
16.
Yes, made it by the Shen. And a 6 from Regina. That would be 11.
Oh wait, I did a check, not saving. Oops.
Oh, no worries.
Sorry. Okay. Oh, I did worse. I got a 2.
Yeah. As you, yeah. As you're sitting on Ezra's shoulder, I think was said before, you're probably knocked back. Like your legs are still on his shoulder, probably, but you just feel like your ears kind of are wet now, and you're losing your balance. But I'm assuming he's holding on to you still. But you guys,
Oh yeah.
avoided the blow. Looks like you turned yourselves just slightly sideways in the blast from the creature, kind of the resulting blast after its attack.
So did we take damage then?
Yeah, an additional 11 for yourself.
Gotcha.
The others did not. Just trying to figure out how to flavor all that.
Oh yeah, look at that, Regina.
All right. Okay. So then it's the next one's turn. And from its spot, steps down from the... Actually, it walks straight through the molten metal that it's standing in already, down the trough, down into even hotter metal, dripping with it, and makes molten footprints in the stone walking towards you, and just steps on each one of these goblins, killing it in turn, with their screams echoing through the chamber.
Wow, these guys do not care.
And raises his hand, and you hear it making the same like weird vibrating noise from its throat again, and you see another fireball forming in its hand.
Jesus.
Jesus, take the wheel.
If you could make another dexterity saving throw, I'd appreciate it.
Take it from my hand. No, Jesus is taking the wheel.
Could you ask him to roll your dexterity saving throw for me?
17. I almost got a natty 20.
Oh,
22.
ooh,
Well,
I'm still going down, boys. But
yeah,
I'm using my body as a shield for Regina.
I think I'm fucked.
yeah, that was 37 this time. So half of that would be math hard. Half three. So 30. 18 was the half damage on that.
Ezra's just not gonna let Regina see it coming. Nope. Hide.
Just dead.
Just cover her eyes.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
you could give her full cover currently. Actually,
I am giving her full
yeah.
cover.
Yeah, I would say that only because of the fact that she already was kind of blown over a little bit, and her legs were the only thing showing. So you probably would drop her as you're seeing the fireball and using your
Oh
whole
man,
body.
man, you just got a dad, and he's gonna die.
Yeah, so you took half of that, which was 18. I don't know if that still puts you down, but
Me?
no.
Dad's down. Dad is down.
Ezra. Okay, so yeah, your dad is currently unconscious on top of you. You took no damage because he took all of it for you.
Hey, well, thanks, Dad.
And 18 for yourself there, Franklin.
Yeah.
With another Constitution saving throw to follow, I think it is. No. He's not within range. You guys aren't within range of it now. You guys are
But
outside.
who is?
These little bastards, I think. Yeah, just this one guy here. So I'll roll his damage and roll his Constitution saving throw. Rolling. Oh, he just makes it and sidesteps the blast just in time. No, he doesn't just make it, but he does make it. 19.
Fuck you.
You see some of the edge of the molten metal that was using to form him, the trough of it bust, and yeah, it starts spreading everywhere. All over the floor over here. Gotta start drawing. But then we've got... we're just gonna go quickly through these guys that are over here that were working on these larger creatures. They swiftly gather and huddle near the back entrance that you can see. That there's some sort of exit over here that they're pulling at hastily, trying to get out. And they're hoping that the more of them that pull at it, the more they can get out. I might actually strength check. Oh man, these guys are not strong. And multiply that by... Yeah, no, they do not get out. Then it would be Regina's turn. And
All right. So,
because the other people's turns are after yours. Yeah.
all right.
Good.
So for my mom skull, how does that work again in battle? I know they get a turn. Is that just completely separate for me, or does that count as part of my action? Or I forget what we decided on that.
Your mom is a completely different action economy than yours.
Yes, that's what we decided last time. I went back and listened today.
Gotcha. Okay. So Mom Skull is going to shoot the sorry, I'm gonna shoot the necro rifle right at this guy right here. That's right in front of us. So how do I roll for that? Is that just my roll? Or like if I click on Regina's page, or do I need a separate sheet for?
You should have that one for the rhizome or the rhizombie that I sent you.
Yes.
That would be their stat sheet. I would probably just keep that up for reference for yourself so that you know. As well, that the rifle that's in your inventory as Regina would be what you're firing. So I do not think that the Rhizombie has a proficiency with firearms yet. So you would probably just roll to hit without any like bonuses really with that.
It would be dice roll plus whatever firearm, so plus dexterity, whatever the creature's dexterity is.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Crit him, crit him, crit him, crit him.
okay. So I got sorry, so I rolled a 22 and you said plus dexterity? Or sorry, I'm still learning.
No
Yeah,
worries.
yeah.
How'd you roll the 22 though?
I was on just my rolling the hit DC for the necro rifle.
You probably used your own dexterity then. Unless it was natural. 20 and well,
Oh.
still even then because you should be rolling a d20 is what it is.
Oh,
And
just
then
a regular.
Yep, and then adding the
Sure. All right, I got analog dice. So I roll 10 and then plus my dexterity or the rise.
Creature's dexterity.
yeah. And if you just went back to that first roll and you could figure out what your dex what was added to that roll, it should say it didn't come through it doesn't come through on roll 20 or it would show me.
Oh, so I had rolled 19. I'm still trying to pull up the sheet for the rise zombie.
Yeah, so I would accept that 19 and then add the rise zombie's dexterity modifier. I'd accept that.
Sorry, let me just pull that up. Sorry, guys.
No worries.
I'm about to say, new mechanical always takes time.
All right, so I have 0 dexterity for the rise zombie.
So it'd be a flat 19.
Flat 19.
Makes sense considering it doesn't have hands.
That's valid, yeah.
Mom have no hands.
That would definitely hit.
Okay. And then for damage, I just roll the one on page then.
Yeah, it'd be whatever the damage of the weapon is, any bonuses to the weapon that's given, and the dexterity of the monster, which would be 0. So yeah.
14.
You aiming anywhere specific?
Right in the head.
All right. You see Mom come out just from behind the unconscious form of Ezra and line up a shot, Franklin. And you see as it's kind of putting its cheek down to the edge of this rifle as if it's knowing what it's doing, it start to glow with a green energy as it pulls the trigger and splats across the face of the creature, this molten creature, and it starts to oxidize in front of your eyes almost, and its face starts to sink in. But otherwise, it still doesn't seem to care.
Oh,
Wondering if it even
okay.
has the sense to feel that.
Gotcha.
Does the zombie have multi attack? Because if it does, it counts on the same action.
I don't think so.
I don't think so as well. Not until it gets bigger.
It says the Rise Zombie makes 2 root attacks once.
Yep, it would make 2 attacks. It would basically think of it like a barbarian or a fighter's extra attack. Is basically how you play it.
Okay, so I could just do the same thing over again.
It depends on the weapon. If the weapon requires reload, if it has a reload property, then it would have to spend an action to reload.
Gotcha.
Well, actually, or bonus act. It'd be a bonus action reload, then fire
Yep.
on the extra attack.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I get a bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right, then I will just reload and then
Fire again.
aim. Fire again.
Do it again. Make it
Again.
critical.
The reload looks more like it's after it's discharged, it takes a second for it to back up. And after that, you fire again, and it's go ahead and roll.
13.
That does not hit. I'm sorry.
Oh, damn it.
Nope. I lied.
Okay.
It does hit. It keeps tricking me with this one number. It does hit.
All right, cool. Let me do damage. 26.
Ooh, damn. That time you strike just below, I'm going to fill in the blank for you, where you shot before, right around in the neck, as the necrotic damage seems to start corroding into its chest. You strike right there, and it spreads rapidly across its chest this time, and then and it starts crumbling at and around the shoulders in its chest cavity, spreading down to its waist. It doesn't quite fall apart or anything like that, but it does look like that. It is starting to. Pretty bad.
All right, 6. So that is Mom's turn. Can I give Ezra a mango?
It's a little bit different than a health potion in that he has to eat and swallow it, and it's a solid.
I need to make
So
smoothies.
we've been playing it that you kind of would have to like spend an action usually to give somebody, even a potion usually is the case.
Yeah.
But especially in this case because
Yes.
I would
If you have,
I usually roll it as a bonus action for just a potion, but if it's since it's so intensive, like
so according to the rules, if you haven't moved, if you have not moved, you can use an interact. You can use movement. You can use your movement for interaction, which allows you to hand off something, toss something. You can't drop a potion that actually will require an action or bonus action to do, but you can give something to somebody as interaction.
yeah, you
So
could
that's about as close you can get.
jam it into his mouth.
Yeah, can I like chew it up baby bird style and like stuff it in since he's unconscious?
That would take a little bit longer
Okay.
That's so perfect.
because so
And
just
gross.
keep in
Bonus
mind
action chew.
that your whole turn in real time, and putting in air quotes there, is like 6 seconds per the rules as well. But I'm pretty lenient, so I mean,
Okay.
Chew for me, daddy.
Last one. Okay. So that would be my action then, right?
yes, if you want to
Okay.
chew it up and put it into his mouth.
Okay, yeah, I will do that. So I chew it up baby bird style, spit it in my hand, quickly stuff it into his mouth.
All right.
And that's what, 5d4 plus 10. Or do I have to do the whole thing? Can I do half or? Because I remember because I don't think he has that many.
Did you
Hit
put one
point.
in your inventory?
Or-
I just need to look it up, probably.
Oh, I have a full mango in my inventory.
Indeed.
Ah. Homebrew.
Boy, boy, oh boy.
Ah, go back. Weird.
Weird.
I
Huh. That's weird.
need to go to your inventory, I think.
To my
Else I was
inventory?
trying to. Yeah, because you get it there, and I was just trying to like search it real quick in my homebrew stuff, and I wasn't having trouble finding it. But I know that I made it.
Yeah. It says I have one singular mango.
Oh, here we go. Huh. Oh, here it is. Add to backpack. There we go. Healing Mango of Youth. So I know I made it. You've got the numbers wrong. That's what I thought. That's why I wanted to look it up for you for sure. It's 10d4 plus 20 is what it is.
Oh.
So half of one would be 5d4 plus 10.
Okay. So I'm confused then because it says I have one mango. So does that mean I have half or is the number just wrong?
I think you may have just
Oh.
mistyped it because you must have, because that looks like a custom item that you put in.
Oh, so that was me. So you said the full mango is 10d4 plus 20. Okay.
Mhm. And
Okay,
you're
but
welcome to do the whole thing with your action. I mean, I can
Okay.
imagine you just like what's the silly animation of a cartoon just like taking the pit around your finger and just spinning it real fast and then shoving it into his mouth. That's what you're trying to do.
Can I do half of it though? Because that's a lot of
Yeah.
points. I don't think he has that
Sure.
many
Sure.
right now. Okay, so I'll do half a mango then. So
Okay.
I gnaw at it and then just stuff half a wet mango back in my bag. So I'll deal with that later. All right. So that's what I choose to do. So then that would be for him, that would be then the 5d4 plus 10, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. I'll remove that. Oh, looks like no. Yeah. I'll remove that half of one because
Oh,
and then what I did is I put the healing mango of youth is what it's called, just for your reference there. And then I put in notes half of a whole one left.
okay.
And if you read it,
Sorry.
it's
As you're 6 months younger.
it's important that you have like the original one that I created. So if I have an item or something like that too that I want to create for you, only
Mhm.
because I'll just add wording, but then that becomes law because that is my job.
Right. I'm just not
Which
seeing where you
this
added that, I guess.
healing maybe refresh your page because it may take that. But one important aspect of it is that it never spoils.
Okay. Oh yeah, I do see that now. Okay. Cool.
Cooly
Right.
cooly. You still have a bonus action and movement if you don't want to hide under his unconscious body currently.
I feel like
So fucking brutal.
way to go.
All right. Stay hiding under. You're gonna stay hiding under there.
Correct.
Just
All
use him
right.
like a tauntaun.
Are you gonna roll that healing for yourself then, Ezra, or did you want to
Oh
roll
no,
that?
I was gonna let Regina do it.
All right. Go ahead and roll the 10d4 or the 5d4 plus 20 or 10. Blah, blah, blah.
I'll grab my analog dice.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Sorry, I put this math in. So I have 3, 3. So 27.
Oh, I'm back to full.
All right, sick. Okay.
Very nice. So, yeah, you were burnt and singed, and you get the bits of mango in your mouth, then you kind of cough as it's going down, but otherwise your eyes flutter open. Probably gonna pretend to still be dying on the ground, but your wounds under the burns start to heal. Start to feel an itching sensation across your whole skin.
And Regina's hiding under him.
Yep.
Correct.
Also, if you haven't had one of them this year, I don't think you yourself have. You've currently lost a year of your life, so you are now 1 year younger.
Okay, so I went from salt and pepper to salt and gray. Well, black and gray. Yay!
All right. You're gonna use, and you said you're done at that, Regina.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right, Franklin.
All right. So at the start of Franklin's turn, while his form is nearby, you guys see that after the fireball, he's at about half health. I don't know how Regina's still standing, but a
Purely
large amount of the burns that have like occurred across his head and like shoulders since he took a direct hit, as he turns to look at you, you see close up as he gains 6 health at the start of his turn. Josh, if you want an explanation,
I remember.
yeah, I have the evocation that maxes out my health gain so long as my familiar's nearby.
Mm-hmm.
'Kay.
Oh, I always thought it might have been because of the book as well.
So I gained the 1d6 because of the book, but
Mm.
I have a warlock invocation that says anytime you gain health and your familiar is near you, you gain max health. So no roll.
Oh, beautiful.
Just 6 health every turn. It's sexy.
That is sexy.
He then pulls out a black book. It defies reality, and Franklin's eyes go black. His skin becomes necrotic, and his familiar, which is his skin now, takes flight. So all you see now of Franklin is a skeleton, bones gnawed clean, with dark purple glowing black eyes as he enchants or recites a chant. I'm targeting this guy, assuming it's a creature that I can target, right? Josh?
I didn't see the ping.
The guy in the
Oh,
far
yeah.
north.
Yep.
Is that like an active
It is.
thing?
They have not taken a turn yet.
I will cast Dominate Monster on it as unholy words echo from my skeletal form.
Okay.
and a dark purple energy, or purplish green energy, shoots towards this thing. I guess green, because Franklin's a green turtle. It needs to make a wisdom save, DC 18. Please, God, fail.
Please, 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 please.
Please
Um,
fucking fail.
Just a
Epically
quick
fail.
Otherwise, we
question.
need to run. What?
Is it considered a charm ability?
You attempt to beguile a creature that you can see within range. It must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or be charmed for the duration.
So it is a charm. Right.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
probably immune to charm, isn't it?
You feel it wash over it to no effect.
Fuck!
You don't feel a soul that you can grab onto.
Oh, that's so terrible for us! Oh no!
Did you try to chant the pimp? The pimp
Oh,
died
that
already.
I have one of those.
Her day.
Fra-
Yeah. Well, I turn to the others. All right, guys, we're fucked. I might have to sacrifice myself for you guys. I look at the book. That means you would be destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the others. You're young. You're basically children, both of you. Get into
Yeah,
the pocket rocket. And tell my story. Actually, later come back out and see if there's a ring on the ground, but then tell my story. Take the ring. I've got a full I've got a proof against death currently.
All right. Well,
And as I say that, I will transform into my form of dread. As Franklin then grows a size and a half. Chains sprout from his neck and wrists and ankles. And he gets a really cool like flame goat or like afro.
Yes.
And I will gain 1d10 temporary HP, which is maxed out at 10 because I'm next to my thing. Franklin's gonna die. So 1d10 plus 3, so I'll gain 13 HP of temporary hit points.
Nice.
So that was my action and my bonus action. My familiar now wields the staff of swarming insects and will cast from it giant insect, choosing from among itself to create, and I'm using the giant wasp stat block to create 5 flying dire crickets that will each lay into this creature in front of me.
Oh, the
Plus
one that's
4 to hit.
this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
So there are 5 of them. They have a plus 4 to hit. Pretty good. 5. 18 is the lowest.
Those all hit.
Okay. It will take 1d6 plus 2 piercing plus 3d6 poison for each and needs to make a DC 11 con save 5 times.
Do you want to do them individually? Because I'll tell you right now, it's not surviving all of those.
Oh, I'll do them individually then, yeah.
Okay.
So 1d6
Okay.
plus 2. So 8 on the first, then it rolls the con save.
Then it rolls the con save. Okay.
And if it fails, it will take...
Yeah, it failed at 11, I think. Right?
Yeah, it'll take 10 points of poison damage.
Oh, that's dead.
Woohoo!
Wait.
God.
Yeah. I was just making sure. I'm bouncing back between. So yeah.
Right. If the poison reduces the target to 0, the target is stable but poisoned for 1 hour. It is
Stable?
paralyzed.
Okay. So
And then
it didn't take the 10 or
No, it does. Like, if it becomes unconscious due to the 10 poison damage that you just said it went unconscious to,
Mhm.
it's not dead. It is paralyzed and unconscious for the next hour.
So it's at
Which means
0.
we get a new pet. That's nice.
It's at 0 and has and so it's currently
Here,
dying basically. I just
I'll read the
clarifying
thing.
because
If the poison damage reduces the target at 0 hit points, the target
Yeah.
is stable but poisoned for 1 hour,
yeah,
even
that's
after regaining hit points, and it is paralyzed while poisoned in this way. So it's stable, just unconscious, not dead.
stable usually means it has like 1 hit point, I thought. That's why I was like trying to clarify it,
Well, like you could stabilize an unconscious person and they're still unconscious.
which usually puts them back up to
No, then they're
Oh, no.
conscious again.
well,
So stable means you're at 0 hit points.
Okay.
You're not making
You're
death
just
saving
not making
throws.
rolls. Yeah.
got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Alrighty. So it is
Oh.
at 0 currently. It is I'll put a X on it. No, let's put a sleepy thing on it.
I turn to the others and I say, "Oh my god, baby!" The other 4 are gonna go for this guy. I guess I'll just use the same rolls to attack, if that's okay.
Well, that's not big enough. I want the X too. Oh, I could put both. So they're going after that guy. Yep.
I assume, can I use the same d20s that I rolled for the attack on this guy?
Yeah, and you said nothing below an 18. Those all would hit then.
Yeah. Okay. So the first one, 1d6. Oh god. So 1 plus 2, 3 points of piercing, and it makes its 11 DC con.
Uh, 6. So no.
And it takes 10 points of poison damage. And then the next one is going to be 5 points of piercing, and it makes the save again.
$12 just makes that
That
one.
will succeed. It does not take any damage.
Okay.
So that's 3 of them, right?
2.
I have 2 more.
2 more.
2.
Mhm.
Oh. So number 3 is 3 points of piercing with the save. Badoop. Badoop.
7.
Fail. 13 points of poison damage.
Ooh, dying. Alright, it's looking pretty bad.
And then number 4, which is the last one, 5 points of piercing damage, and then it makes it save.
14.
And it will succeed, so it will not take that damage.
It's looking worse for the wear though. The first one, the first cricket crawls into the inside of it, realizing that it is mostly hollowed out from the corrosion, and kind of pulls out a gear and goes, "Look, Dad!" in dire cricket that you understand, obviously, and it
Wow.
falls over.
So proud of you.
And the next ones start swarming the secondary one, which hasn't taken any damage to this point, and starts ripping pieces of it off in attempts with its poison going in between and kind of gumming up its works. You can tell, but it is still standing and potentially moving.
I'm going to move forward. So I was here in an attempt to shield these 2 from further damage. I'm going to move right up on this guy.
Mm-hmm.
And that was my attack, my bonus, my movement, my swarm's attack. It doesn't have a bonus action. No. And that's my turn. And I turn to the others and I'm like, please don't die. I'll feel really bad.
And
That big thing is fucking scary.
the
I don't know
thing
what to do about that.
at the end of the hall for Trunks and starts to move off of the platform, but as it's doing so, pretty much to no real. Here we go. Yeah. To no real other effect other than its movement currently starts to 5, 10, 30, right to the massive anvil that is directly in front of it, and just kind of taps it, just the smallest bit, and the ringing sensation that goes throughout the chamber resonates with your souls.
I don't have a soul. I sold it.
The thread that ties it to your being, I guess, and a disembodied head forms over top of the reflecting pool in the center of the temple, by these gold patterns that are inlaid in the floor, just turned to liquid as he chimed the anvil, and they and form this very obvious dwarven looking head above the reflecting pool with its full braided beard and braided hair, and it just harks to you all of who defies my rule here. And it
Around.
and its
I'm
eyes,
Franklin.
start searching the chamber and turns to you. Oh, it appears it is the nameless one.
Franklin.
I understand, little one.
Around.
And
I don't think you heard me. I'm Franklin.
yes, and I am Shen at the moment.
Okay.
But oh yeah, you're not as little right now. That's right. But to him, you're still kind of little because his head's about the size of you, even at the larger form that you're in. And he goes, "You're unable to swear fealty to me, I understand. But
Yeah,
I'll
I'd literally die.
give you all a second chance at this. You may either relinquish your bonds, which apparently you cannot, or relinquish your treasures."
It's option C.
Option C says see option A.
Follow it again. Get to see. What's option D?
Option D is they summon the rest of my body and you get my D.
So you're saying I could sell my body for our safety? I've done that before. Back when I was a kid, my parents did that to me all the time. And the priests.
Just starts shaking his disembodied head. You can feel the hand raised to the eyebrow. You don't see anything
I
though.
look to the others. This seems like a good deal to me. What do you think?
Ezra on the ground, grunt.
It's a skeleton now, so like My bugs will have to form the rest of me to like give you some sort of sensation. Are you cool with that? What's your safe word?
He just kind of looks around and chuckles. Gold?
Gold? Isn't gold what you want?
Always and forever.
So you're turned on by gold, but it's always your safe. Okay, that's fine with me. Shit. Well, option D sounds like the most straightforward solution to our problem. You're all 14, right? Well, technically I'm like 4,000, but like trapped in the body of a skeleton 14-year-old.
Well, age is just a construct, right?
Look at the others. Oof. Yeah, I mean, technically I'm really old, but this seems wrong.
Yeah, little one, you're making me even feel dirty. I think I'd rather just kill you all.
Oh no, I was gonna say we could just go be bygones be bygones. We'll take off and you can just do your thing. How about that?
No. I think
Oh.
at the very least you're going to have to give me something to release you.
Yeah, I don't
I got
leave it
something
off the
you can
table, I
release.
guess.
I didn't catch either of those. They were said at the same time.
Oh.
Ezra mumbles, I got something you can release.
I have a small bag of sand.
Throw it at him.
Thing?
Oh, sorry, a little bag of sand, as it says.
I have
And
something quite valuable.
I have one
Go
sheet of.
on.
What was that, Regina?
Oh, nothing.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just being stupid. I said I have one sheet of parchment and a little bag of sand.
Sand's
that
probably
enough?
hard to get down here.
Yeah. Say, is that enough? Your monsteriness.
You shall call me your lordship, and no, I have plenty of that. That would be but a paltry item.
You're greedy, right? You want something nobody else has.
Oh, yes, that would be great. What do you have?
Well, I may have some stuff, but like I need some surefire guarantees that if we were to trade with you, you wouldn't just like kill us on the spot and take the items. Because you are the god of greed, right?
And you hear as if a clapping. Two solid claps, and the half-alive, mostly burned pimp individual of the priest glows, heals up, and he just goes, "Oh, thank you, my lord!" And he goes over to the scroll that's sitting on a kind of a what do you call that? Basically a desk of
Table?
some sort. Table, yeah, sure, what have you. Pulls out some
Surface?
quill and waves it in the air, and he says, "You have my word, spoken and written, and I cannot break either as a ruler here."
Nice. Okay. So, I take out a small vial of liquid and I place it on the table. Do you know what this is?
That seems to be a bit of the reality.
It is. Do you have this yet?
I have means to get it, yes. I
But you
have.
don't have it.
It's not hard for one like myself to get, though.
Turn to the others. It's really easy for us to get this. We have a pretty steady supply. Not steady supply, semi-steady supply. But you know, like, and I pick it up and I try to make a big show of like it being mine and being out of his like reach. But it is mine, and well, only one person in the room has it right now. And that's me.
Well, its effects aren't that fully necessary for one like myself either. It is useful for subjects of mine, but
You don't
I'm
like.
gonna add it to your inventory because I did create it. It was on my list and I did it. I did the thing.
Ooh. And the only other thing I have that's worth anything. Wait, I'll pull out a book. I got another option for you there, big guy.
I know where this is going. I put
This
it
is
in
an
back.
object not from here. You literally can't get this anywhere else.
I put
I
it in
have
your
two.
backpack, by the way.
I'll take a look.
And
You could choose which one you want, because I've kind of read through them. This one. The United States Army Special Forces Guide to Unconventional Warfare. It was written on the planet Earth in China. China. I don't know how to pronounce it correctly. Very useful. This other one, printed the United States. United States of America, is a skeptic's guide to the universe. How to know what's really real. Or, and I pull out the third of the butt crystal I have. This giant crystal.
he goes, "Oh, I've got plenty of those." However, that first book you mentioned is of some interest to me. I could
Yeah.
put it to a fair amount of use, I think. Could I perhaps peruse it first to see it and appraise its value as it is unvaluable currently?
Look at the others. Sure, but only if you'll open that door. We won't leave, we just want to know the door's open.
That seems amenable. And you guys hear him clap again, and the statue back here doesn't move, but you see as the doors swing open, and you must have missed it in the sound of the other one moving at almost the exact same time, but there is one directly in front of the door now. Doors currently. He's that big. It's just one statue in front of both doors on the steps, with the two guards that were standing outside under its heels.
Oh boy.
Nice splashes of blood trickling down the steps.
Flashes of blood, they just ran up and just smushed people.
Mm-hmm. You've seen how much they care about their worshippers with the other guys.
Wrong. Yeah. We need to figure out how to kill these things. But I will walk forward so that the head can see as I, while still holding the book, open it up and start flipping through it and kind of detailing some of the things that I have previously read.
Hmm.
This
I don't know.
here is called Napalm. Let me tell you, it has a long, storied history of their world.
I can imagine. He's just kind of letting his eyes skim across it while you're flipping through the pages real quickly. And he goes, "I think this would suffice for one life." And the others have pledged themselves to me. He looks over your shoulder. Which is all I really desire when you come into my temples. Because
See how it could be a problem if someone's already like pledged to someone else and their life literally depends on them not
yes,
breaking that pledge.
absolutely. That's why we why I've come up with this secondary option for my clockworks to alert me of a system error, if you will, instead of burning down the whole building. I think I could accept this for your praise to me in exchange for not being one with myself.
Not being one with you.
Yes, pledging your fealty. What was told to you by this one over here. He nods to the pimp priest and he goes, "Hey!"
Right. You should tell people that before they walk in the door.
They should have. He looks over to him. Did you not tell them? And he goes, "Well, the guards should have been the ones to do that. That is their jobs." He gestures out to the bloodstains on the steps. Just to be clear, too, I think they did say it at the door. I didn't go back.
Well, there's no proof of that anymore.
No.
They're dead. Maybe we should sue these guys.
You would like to sew me a sweater? I don't understand. There's no lawyers here.
But this is hell. I figured it'd be full of lawyers.
Wrong world.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, I'll trade you this book to not die. The question is, what else will you give me for this book?
Your life.
And here's the
seems
next
pretty
thing. What about...
fair. It's pretty
That's fair.
priceless, right?
My life?
Yes?
No, I sold it. There was a definitive price on it.
I mean, to you. Without it, you can't do anything, right?
True. Alright, well, here's the thing. Do we give you this book now and trust that you don't, like, kill us, or do we make some sort of, like, transfer arrangement system so that when we leave, that you can have it?
I will allow you to exit the building and get so far as the bottom of the steps. You must walk through the legs of the statue, though, and at the bottom of the steps you can place the book, and the statue will take care of the rest.
Okay. Insight check.
You can...
Is he secretly just gonna squish me and the others?
You can see that not only is he saying all of this, but the pimp priest has been writing it all down.
Okay.
And you can take this as your proof. And he lets the preacher walk up to him, and he kisses the bottom of the scroll that he's been writing the words on, and it glows gold, like a golden lipstick almost at the bottom of the page for his signature.
I examine it and agree, smiling to myself. I got your DNA now, bitch. I don't
wish.
say that out loud.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say.
Alright, well, look at the others. What do you guys think? Do you want to give up this book to not die right now?
I like
I'd
living.
prefer to eat them.
I didn't catch that from Ezra.
I'd prefer to eat them.
I mean, sure, but like, do you think we can?
We can wait for the party, as you said.
All right. Well, this is a temporary stopgap measure. Then Franklin checks his notebook, the black book, which he'd probably transcribed a lot of this into, one last time before handing over or standing up, nodding, and turning to the others. Be like, "All right. Well, we're gonna go. This place is. Oh, hey, that's the thing, right? Uh, we're tourists looking to check out the seal on this level. Just wondering what that is."
You mean like seal?
I did catch that.
You mean like that animal that slaps its fins together and barks?
No, like like the nine seals that hold Baleopolis down beneath the earth or Terra.
Oh, yeah, that's just a fable. He looks around.
They're not.
Don't be spreading any of that in my caverns now. Oh,
Why?
and well, I am the one and almighty here, and the creator in this. The preacher is kind of like making like a putting his finger over his lips, like shushing motion towards you while the head's turned. And then he kind of make an insight check on the preacher real quick for me.
20.
You can tell from his mimings he's telling you to meet him at the Greedy Goblin after this for a less formal meeting.
Got it. I nod. All right, we're gonna take off now, your lordship.
Great, great. Now there's only the thing to be held true to you others that have proven your fealty to me. And he looks towards Ezra and Regina. Once per day, you shall hold a gold coin up in the air, and it will disappear. And once per year, you'll get a 10% return on that.
Fucking bank.
As long as I still rule this portion of hell. That is. He throws in with like a mumbled quickly, like almost like you're telling he's reading like a the small print on a contract. Yeah, exactly. Side effects might include.
Good thing ours doesn't have any fine print. Between the door and the bottom of the stairs, Franklin's gonna stop, take out like some black ink, and just black out the entire book. Walk through the guy's legs and put it on the ground. Like, there's your book.
Shit.
Fuck you. And then I walk away.
The statue does not react. It does not seem to be paying.
Enjoy reading that.
Yeah, that sort of attention. And as you, Ezra, and Regina get close to the door, he calls that gold coin before you leave as proof of your fealty. He says while you're looking up at the statue. That's poised
Sell
to
your
strike.
soul for a gold coin. I did it for last, so don't worry about it. No judgment here. I did it for a cantrip.
All right.
Ezra takes out 2 gold pieces and holds them up.
One over Regina's head, I'm guessing.
Yes.
And as you do, and you walk through the door, you feel your hand lighter on the other side of the archway. Look up and see that they're gone. And you hear cackling fading away behind you as the head melts back into the tile floor. And the statue on the other side of the temple walks back into place.
Ezra leans over to Franklin. We're making the boom really, really big, right?
Oh, also, did you drag that one corpse out, or?
Oh yeah. I mean, if I can get away with it, be like, this is mine. I killed him.
No one would stop you at this point, I think.
Fuck yeah.
Except the one that you were fighting that was almost dead would go back into the fires in the forge as if bathing.
We're on forage, guys. Now we gotta train him.
So what do you do with him though?
I mean, he's unconscious. I would probably, once we're free, pocket rocket him.
So you need
And
Ezra's help probably.
right.
Because
Hey, Ezra, can you help me lift this giant thing? I'm thinking
Sure.
we could use it like a Minecraft like store room where you just lock up behind a room and then you could just like order stuff.
Let's see. Skill.
I got a nosebleed.
Athletics. Just
Does the corpse have any weapons or inventory on it?
dirty 20.
yeah, you pick up its leg at the thigh and are able to just get under its hip, and you can feel that you can probably drag it across the floor like that. As for your question, Regina, it has stuff on it. Mainly, though, it looks like a hammer that is molten, as well as it. Or no, it's not molten anymore. It still glows with some heat, though, below the or above the handle, and it seems to glow with an inner heat, and it kind of has heat waves coming off of it, even. But the rest of its corpse has cooled since its unconscious nature. That's why you're able to grasp it, Ezra. Although it is still hot to the touch, it is not unbearably at this moment.
I'll have to get some oven mitts. Turn to the others, I assume, after we've kind of like made our way a little while or a little ways.
Are you gonna move yourselves?
We're gonna
or should
put
I?
this to the pocket rocket, I think. And then I guess the best place to put it would be like gosh. I don't want to put it in water because it will kill it. Can't put it into the skeleton cage.
Why not? Maybe the
Skeleton cage and the skeleton monster and this thing just become sort of like conglomeration.
The skeleton can be your diddle.
Yeah, we just keep. It's like a stew pot. You just keep shoving, like chucking stuff in there. Eventually, something cool will come out. I guess for now, can we fashion some sort of like chain system to like bind it hand and foot?
Do you guys have something like that?
Or wait, no, there was the shoot. We can't take it underwater. I was gonna say we have that little like alcove that the guys have been digging, but it's underwater.
Yep.
Shoot. I guess we could lock it in the front room until we decide what to do with it.
the face of the statue. Are you guys want to move down to the bottom of the steps for me, just so that we're all on the same page?
Yep.
See you, nerds. Hate this place. I pick up a stone on the way out inside the building.
Ezra, you bump the head of the thing a couple times on the steps on the way down.
Oh, he does it intentionally.
And you're standing there mulling over what to do exactly, and the face of the statue morphs into a similar looking dwarven face that you recognize from that which had floated above the reflecting pool inside of the temple, and goes, "Are you looking to make another deal? Because I think I have something that could help you contain beasts."
Yeah, what do you want for it?
Ha! Ooh. I would take a sizable fortune for it.
Lucky for you, I don't have one.
Well, in
My
that
sugar baba doesn't exist anymore.
in that case, I would reasonably take, I don't know, something of lesser value. It's a minor trick. I could give you a few to start off with.
Okay. Something of lesser value. I hold up the rock that I just picked up.
Not quite that low of value.
Oh. Look at the others. I have. Oh! I'll pull out an astral diamond. What about this?
Ooh. He squints at it and goes, I could give that to some of my followers. Again, useful item for me in that regard. I don't think I could personally use it, but I know how I can do so. I think I could give you one of these items that I'm thinking of for that.
Sure. We'll do one for one trade, and then if it works out, we can talk about more.
Okay.
Yeah. What's your item?
He pulls out from what looks like the buttocks region of the statue a small sphere of metal, what looks like, that has a lot of, it kind of, as you look a little bit closer, it kind of looks like a rubber band ball of iron.
Cool.
And he says, "This is my item that I offer. If you are interested in the general terms, I believe they're called an iron bands of binding."
That's sexy. How many of these do you have?
On me? Well, on this individual, like I said, I think I have 3 currently.
3. I'll give you 3 astral gems for 3 iron bands of binding.
Seems like a reasonable deal at this instant. I would ask, though, for those diamonds. They are for Ishmael's tower, are they not?
Yeah, I've got a few.
Well, he definitely was one of the instrumental beings in creating these, so it's only fitting. And he reaches behind the statue's posterior again and pulls out 2 more balls to match the first one.
Fuck yeah. Once we get them, I'm gonna hand one to each of you guys so that you have one.
And
Awesome.
so we have a deal again. If so, then set the crystals on the steps at the bottom, and I will roll these ones down.
I'll put them on the step at the bottom.
And comes tink 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 down the steps. These iron bands of binding, they're called, and they're little. They are a rare item, wondrous item. You can find them easily in your inventory. So
And
you.
mobile. It's like Pokeballs.
I was wondering when somebody would figure that out.
Are they red and white with a big circle in the center?
Not quite.
Ah. Oh well. This is cool. Guess I'll. Do we have to? Well, he's unconscious, so it should be like a pretty easy win. I run
Oh
up
yes.
my shot and I throw my Pokeball of bands of binding, iron bands of binding at it, and
It
sucks
automatically
it up.
fails. Yep. And
It goes bloop bloop, bloop bloop, bloop bloop,
Do
ding.
do 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 do.
Yeah. Twist my cap around like a real Pokemon master. Before I was only insect type, but now I've got a fire type.
Slash steel type.
True.
Slash fighter type.
Wow, that thing was nuts. That was a terrible place to be.
I want to
What do you
make
guys
a
want to do?
big crater.
the statue nods to you and goes, "It's been fun having you in the church, though. It's been a while since I've had something to keep me entertained. You did
Yeah.
ask what to do around here. Well, the mines are to the north.
Oh, thanks. Keep going.
Where you were coming from, the city is to the west. You can get to the door at the northwest up there.
Oh.
Points around the temple where you came from. To the south is you wouldn't really like that area. It's infested with magma elementals and the like.
Look at the others. I mean, you guys don't have Pokemon yet.
If you had trouble with my gods, I can assure you you're going to have more trouble down south.
Oh. Why are they stronger than you?
Not me. Just my gods.
Oh. Why?
They're literally made of magma.
Why aren't yours?
Wonderful question.
Yeah.
I'm working on it.
Oh, good. Hey, before we go, what are your main weaknesses?
Ha! Good try, little one.
Damn it. Oh, yeah. You're a dictator.
I'll be sure to
Wait.
tater your dick later.
Again, I'm 14.
Age is a
4,000, but-
construct. Anyways.
Anyway.
He's not a very good guy.
True. Off we go. Whoa, this is a terrible temple. We should never come here.
Which way are you going, though?
I turn to the others. Where do you want to go? The mines or the city that we were in? That guy wanted to beat us. I don't know if you noticed it, but there was a guy who wanted to beat us later. I'm pretty sure.
Ezra kind of scratches that around his ears. Let's go meet him then.
Yeah. To the city, I guess. What do you think there, Regina?
Yeah, let's go find the guy. We can always use more friends.
Yeah, I guess so. How are you guys feeling? I've got lay on hands. I could heal you guys up a little bit.
I could benefit from that.
I will, what about you, Ezra? I've got
Oh,
35 HP to spend.
Ezra's little girl healed him all the way back up.
Wow, you're level 2, that's right.
I just need 11.
Okay, I will pump her for 11 HP. By the power vested in me, by the spirit of revenge and eating people, I give you hell.
Thanks for the help.
You're welcome.
That was a hell of a gift.
I realized today, guys, I need a weapon of some kind. I don't have any.
Ezra today, Ezra needs the gym.
So you guys go back towards the town.
Yep. To go lick our wounds.
I wanted to make sure before I described you guys walking back up to, if you were doing that, I'm guessing walking a bit north and west towards that door that you guys came through. In this.
Oh. North and west. Off we
Yep.
go. Oh, God.
And you go to the past it.
Ugh.
There you go. Yep, that
It all
door,
turned around down here.
the metal door that you guys came through again. You open it. This one here. I did want. Oh, that's right. You guys did walk through it fully. So you guys open the door. No problem. It's not locked or anything like that. Into the metal tube of a hallway that you found yourselves in before.
Look over the edge. What do you think's down there? Hello. Hello.
Down there? You mean
Oh.
around there? Because you're walking into a cliff face currently, but
Yeah, and before just now, I could see the rest of the map, and there was like a cliff that was going like north and south of us.
yeah, those
So I
weren't.
thought this was a bridge.
Yeah, opposite. This is a tunnel
Got it.
into the cliff face. Apparently.
Wow. Is this? I'm gonna put down a few of my bugs. Be like, I need you to scout the area for me. We need to determine any choke points.
Sir, you mean like what you do at night, kind of choking, or?
No, well, no. So you basically just I sit down and draw a map on the floor. Here's the example. A choke point would be like this small corridor here. So if there's a crowd of creatures trying to get to you, you could only get to you one by one. So if you could find, say, for example, like choke points around this temple, we could blow them, and then he'd only have a certain way that he could leave. And then we could, I mean, ideally, we could pack the entire temple full of explosives and then destroy the choke points and then blow the temple so he has nowhere to leave, run to. But yeah, just look around, see if you see anything interesting.
Ezra likes that idea.
Anything for you, Master?
Great.
But where's the temple?
I point through the door. Back where we came through. You might actually, if you can, get in there and eat the book that I gave him. I inked it out so he couldn't read it, but I don't know if he's got like a secret magic ink remover to remove that ink. So if you could just like eat it
How
or
many
set it on fire or something.
was it just one that you pulled out then, or you said I thought you said you pulled a couple out? How many you think? Like
Uh,
three?
I mean, I can pull like a hit, like a small handful out, like a squad.
Okay.
Be like, all right, squad, this is your post.
Oh, okay.
You're
They're
gonna
just gonna.
spy on that dude.
Okay. Um.
He's a dick.
Okay. Yeah. They salute you and wander off in that general direction.
Right? I'm gonna turn to the others. All right, now we can go back to the city and beat that guy.
All right, let's go.
Let's rock.
And we're walking.
Hooray.
You keep going south directly towards the sign that reads Greedy Goblin.
Ezra will probably pick Regina back up, put him on her shoulder, just for safety. No.
All right. We go this way.
There we go. And you guys find yourselves out. Oops. Paste. Paste. Right click. There we go. Paste.
Yeah, I am having issues with Roll20 right now.
I just moved the map again, so you might have to just
Oh.
refresh and all.
Yeah. Like, I go to click Ezra and it does not want to let me move. It's like, highlight. No, I don't want to highlight. Just move it.
You got your vision on. Controlled by. Just making sure. Yeah, you should be able to. From my
Yeah.
side of things. Sometimes I miscalculate things on the token part.
My phone is also really, really tiny, so,
Oh, you're
moving-
using your phone.
yeah.
I have used that in the past. It is a big pain to move your character around. So if you need me to move you around, just let me know.
Yeah, I'll have you do it, because, yeah, I got big, fat, pudgy fingers, and that's not helping.
No. And especially once you click on something, it does not really. Yeah, the Roll20 does not work very good on the phone. I've tried it.
It loads better on my phone. It crashes less than my computer crashes it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, you guys find yourselves there with two guards standing on either side of the door. Hopefully you guys can see that.
Yep.
Mhm.
Two new guards that look very similar to the ones that stood there before.
Stand aside.
They look at you, look at each other, then go, well, did you pay the fee?
I step forward and I'm gonna attempt to kill one of them.
Oh, Ezra is gonna walk up and with an angry look, move before I eat you.
On the other one?
Yeah, like intimidation.
All right. Intimidation. Go ahead and roll, and tell me how you're trying to kill the one. I guess.
Let's see.
My rolls tonight are hot garbage.
Hot Garbage.
My roll. Hot garbage. The 5 to intimidate.
Oof. I
Well,
will.
make sure that he's not doing worse than that.
I'm gonna Eldritch Blast this dude.
I mean, if my guy doesn't move, I am going to eat him.
And then you get another one too.
A dex save? Is that what the Eldritch Blast requires?
No, it's a to hit. So I did a 21 to hit. And
Oh, that'll
then
hit.
The other one, the second one, is a 20 to hit, and it
Both of those
does.
will hit.
My guy doesn't feel scared, does he?
I already forgot what I rolled. I was looking at another thing.
If it was bigger than 5, he's not.
Yeah, it was the 13.
I'm going to eat him now.
Okay. He just kind of lets you tower over him, and his breath seems hotter than it should be on your chest.
Let's see with the. So that'll be
We're not
14
good
all to hit
people.
him. 14 all to hit him.
14 does not.
Does a dirty 20 hit you? I hope so.
Oh, yeah.
I'm hangry. Just gonna grab on shoulder, and there goes his throat's mine. I'm hungry. I'm having lunch now.
Nom, nom, nom.
Nom nom.
Roll the damage.
And for mine, 6 points of damage for my 2 hits.
Oh, for
10
both of
points
them?
of
10
10 points of damage right to the face piece or throat piece.
They both are just hanging on by a thread of life you can see as you're ripping his throat out, Ezra, and your 2 bolts slam directly into the second guard there, Franklin. And go ahead and roll me dex saves at disadvantage, both of you, since you guys are closer to them. Normal for yourself.
Sure. Mine needs to make a wisdom save too.
Oh, what's that for?
If I attack. Oh wait, no, I'm no longer in form of dread.
Oh,
Never
okay. I
mind.
was gonna say.
21.
Yeah, would have
Dex
worked really well.
save.
Because
That's successful.
I'm about to say, yeah, Franklin, we get the +3 from you, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, 21.
7 for me.
That was not.
Rip.
Regina.
Take your anger out on these goblins, Regina. Descend into darkness.
Wait, was I rolling dexterity saving? Sorry.
Yep. I
got
see
for a
that. As a
Can
12.
she have advantage? Can she has advantage since she's on me and I passed?
She definitely beat it. I was gonna say, so she only takes wow, such a shitty roll as well for myself. 2 damage for yourself and Ezra, but 4 damage for you, Franklin, as these guards literally puncture these tanks that you can see on their hips, and they in a ball of flames.
Wow.
And fall into a pile of ash on either side of the steps.
Aw, Ash.
Yeah.
Can't even use them.
Perfectly good waste of a meal.
Right?
Although there is
Skeleton monster's hungry.
there is still a throat in your mouth, Ezra.
Regina's gonna stick her hand in the ash and then lick it off.
Good.
Constitution saving throw?
Good.
Oh, that's cause she's like Ezra. See, you try to no, eat this, and like tears a little piece of the throat over to you.
14.
You're able to just get it in your mouth before Ezra's able to get to you, and you pull it out with a popping sound and say it because it reminds you of a good barbecue. You can tell me what you say.
Tastes like chicken. That's all I say.
Oh boy. Well, that blew up on our faces. All right. What do you guys want to do? We could go ahead get a drink, like our woads. You guys need an egg from the store.
We still have time to wait, I think, for our things from the store.
We do. I just didn't know if you needed anything else. I'm realizing I don't have any sort of weapon, so I might spend some time tinkering with some of the stuff I have to try to build one.
Ezra hands you a hand axe.
Oh, hey, thanks.
Just work good.
This worked pretty good. All right. What do you guys want to do then?
Get
We
drink.
are get a drink. We go get a drink.
Yay, am I old enough
Drink
to
off.
drink?
We're
You get
all
your
old
drink.
enough to drink. We're dead.
Valid.
Pretty sure.
You guys walk in then and see everything is goblin sized, which is adequate size for yourself, Regina. Even. While you're kind of ducking through doorways and making sure your head doesn't hit on light fixtures. Ezra.
Why do I see the pimp preacher in here?
He's
You
watching us.
walk in directly, and that is the first person that you lock eyes with, who is kind of nods in your direction with a drink in his hand.
Do I eat him?
No, we're supposed to beat this dude. I'm pretty sure if I
22
remember correctly.
22. I hold myself back. I don't eat him. I shift, but I don't eat him.
Proud of you. So, Mr. Guy.
So you walk up to him.
Yeah. Walk up. First I order a tall glass of milk.
Ew. Gross.
What? What's wrong with milk? I sit down. Gesture to the others to sit down. Your boss is a dick.
Well, that's be damn sure. He's a greedy bastard.
You work for him. I want to eat you. Give me a reason not to eat you.
I kind of sold my soul
You're
long
still
ago.
That'll
Hands,
as
right?
for a reason not to eat me, I guess
I don't
I
need
get a
souls.
I get a I'm working towards a pretty good pension for my family.
So you say there's hors d'oeuvres.
What?
What?
Is he all right?
Food says what?
Ah,
Is it?
this guy.
So you wanted to become beat us. What for?
Well, you seem to have landed yourselves in a precocious situation. You're one of the only adventurers in town for this wealth festival that's coming up
Nice.
tomorrow.
Oh, acquired commodity.
Yes. And well, I just wanted to give you the laydown on the rest of the town here. I'm sure no one else has told you and has been in as a lucrative position as myself with Kaishen. Most of these other schmucks in here, he leans in after he says that and goes, they all think that they are owned by him, which is more or less true, and they all work in the mines. You hear a grumbling respond as he leans back and says the mines for just a pittance and the Lord's favor. And you just hear a half-hearted cheer at that one go throughout the bar. And he goes, leans in a closer this time too, and he goes, but if you're really looking to make your way here as adventurers, most others that have made it to this level of hell, this is the last stop before venturing farther. But I have a sneaking suspicion you've been farther than this level already.
Yeah, we're going backwards.
It's odd.
Not really.
You serve a floating head. Who's otter?
He's got a good point.
Well, he's more than just a floating head. That's just the form he takes when he visits the church. You know.
So he likes to give the head to the church.
Exactly. As well, that, you know, well, he's a pretty busy person, so that's his quick way of interacting with us while he's doing his other many tasks.
Yes.
Right.
Like showing up with head and likes quickies. We understand.
Yes, and as you could tell, he was very unconcerned with what age that it comes from. Anyways,
Sure was.
you should know. Leans in even closer. Kind of waves you guys in as close as you can get to try and make sure that no one else is overhearing.
Yeah.
There's a conspiracy. A conspiracy.
Ooh.
Those have been that in my position and or higher. We think, anyways, that Kai Shen is just an image portrayed in our church and nothing more. There seems to be somebody behind the curtain, but it is hard to say who or what they are. You have to go south of the church, which he generally stops those visiting to do. And it is usually admirable for him to do so, as most that do die on the elementals. But
Ezra leans over to Regina. Did you see a curtain?
a curtain.
Oh man, we all forgot we have rings of fire resistance.
Yeah.
Huh.
Should've been
South, you
taking
say? He
past
told
them.
us there were a bag of elementals that way that were far more powerful than him. He said that. He said he's not that strong.
And there are, and you shouldn't go south,
He says very loud because you seem to have gotten a little bit louder, but he leans back in and he goes,
Oh, yeah, that's right.
"But I've heard other adventurers make it past that point, and they see a door that leads deeper into the cliff faces. It's a metal door similar to that to the of the church, and that resides behind the bar. But no one's no one sees anyone going in and out of these doors. We don't understand. We're simple goblin folk here."
So you think that is very, very quiet. Look at the others if they want to pipe in. So you think there's like a hidden chamber where this guy is actually like chilling?
Something. It seems to have been going on for generations of our lives, though, which is
Why does he have you guys though? Do you think he's like dependent on like the people in the city to not die? Like,
it seems so. It seems like he's using us for a resource,
right,
to do all of the mining and
right,
any other exportation of goods from this area. Although, like I said, it's hard to say, as
yeah,
no one's been behind those doors.
sure, yeah. I look to the others. I kind of like gesture to them and I lean to the side and whisper to them. Sounds to me like we got two options. We could go straight for the door, or we could kill the entire town's population, like we said, and starve the bastard out.
Ezra looks at you. I like that option, but can I eat him first?
This guy,
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
there's a conspiracy. We need more information about this guy.
Can we eat him after?
Yes. I'll turn to the guy. Hey, we think this is not a super safe location for us to talk. We have a more secure location that nobody could hear us in if you'd like to go there to speak more freely.
Oh, that sounds wonderful. Are there drinks there too?
There are drinks there, yeah, lots of them.
Great, great. How do we get there?
We gotta go up to our bedroom. So we rented a room at the top of the thing, and then we'll instruct you how to get in there.
Um, I'd
What?
like to lead this conversation with "I'm not that kind of preacher."
Dude, I'm 14.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not that kind of
Oh,
preacher.
that's fair. Thank you for acknowledging my pain. But I understand that. We have, think of it like a teleporter, like a portal into a somewhere else,
Okay.
and we hide it in the bedroom because that's the only room you can rent here
Hmm.
with
Well,
a
I,
lock.
I guess as long as we're explicitly clear here, this is not me coming on to you.
Right? Yeah. No, we are definitely not attempting to do that to you. To be
Okay.
explicitly clear. All right, let's go. I hop up.
Well, yes, I will join you in your room for a nightcap, he says
Yes.
loudly.
Look at the others. Come on. We're gonna pump this dude for information.
Lead the way?
With the others' approval, if they approve.
Oh yes, Ezra's nodding, vigorously nodding.
Regina gives a
Regina
thumbs
the
up.
child.
Yep.
Excellent. We lead him up to the bedroom, bring him inside, close and lock the door, and I'll pull out the poop symbol and the pocket rocket, and I'll say, I know what this looks like to start. We're gonna have Regina here or Ezra do a go in first as an example to you, and I'll walk up to him, like make an exaggerated show of giving them the poop symbol, and then like lean in and be like, You're gonna grab him right away, right? Don't eat him. We need to ask him questions.
Yes.
Okay. And I turn to the guy. By a power vested in me by the undying Lord of Death, go forth into the pocket rocket. And I point at you.
Hooray, rocket.
So you guys tap your symbols, holding on to him, basically.
Oh, I don't
Well,
think
he was going
Ezra
first
has
as
his
an
yet.
example.
Yeah, I
Oh.
don't think
I
Ezra.
just gave you one.
Oh,
I
okay.
see.
Yeah.
When
exactly.
when I asked you what your plan was, I was like giving you one.
And then he sees Ezra poof into purplish smoke with these white lines accentuating him and going into what looks like a rock in your hand.
Yep. Turn to the guy. So this is basically an apartment.
He stands there astounded and he goes, can he come back?
Yeah, anytime he wants, he just has to will himself back out. It's like in an apartment that we carry around in our pocket.
Can you make him come back so I can see that before?
I'll tap my torque. Hey man, you want to come back out a second? He doesn't believe that you could come back out.
Also, do
Fine.
you have a torque still?
Franklin has one.
Oh, it's Rarl that doesn't. Okay.
Rarl gave his to me.
Yeah.
I was just clarifying.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you hear on the necklace that you have around you, Rarl's voice request for you to come back out.
Ezra taps the necklace and comes back out.
Oh. You
See?
form back out of purplish smoke into your original form. That is a nice magic trick. How come you couldn't? You could have used that in the temple.
I mean, that was part of the plan, but honestly, there's some downsides to it that we don't really want to tell you about right now.
Yeah,
That's
I
why we have the
understand.
locked room.
You gotta have your secrets.
Yep. So Ezra, why don't you jump back in, get things ready, and then once he's in, you gotta wait like 30 seconds, and then I'll give you one, and then you could pop yourself in.
Okay then.
Ezra pops back into the pocket rocket, preparing for his soon-to-be guest.
Yep.
Okay.
I given a poop symbol to the guy. I explain how it works. And I also am going to ready myself so that basically immediately after he goes, I'm going if Regina wants to go as well. And
Yes.
I'm readying myself to assist in any way possible to subdue this dude, including and not limited to removing his poop symbol. Unless
So
Regina's better at that.
he poofs through, coming through the portal into the pocket rocket just after Ezra does. And you're standing in the hallway just outside of the portal room, Ezra, as he poofs in, and you can see two more forming directly behind him in the portal. Just seconds later, I don't know how you're reacting.
Oh, Ezra's getting in the time span difference between them coming in and me coming in. I'm getting my whip out, and I'm tying him up with my whip with the 17.
I'm gonna grab the poop symbol if I can.
Yeah.
So you're using the whip like a rope, just to clarify.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
I wanted to make sure I understood properly, and he tries to. He looks at you with a glint in your eye as he materializes on the other side. What was it that you rolled again, though, for that 17?
Athletics.
Perfect. So he tries to duck out from under you, and you grab a hold of him firmly and cover his mouth as you start wrapping his hands behind his back with the whip, and then move on to pushing him down on the ground to wrap his feet. And you
Yep.
guys see that, and Regina,
And then-
you grab the charm off of his necklace with no problem.
And then Ezra asks Franklin for a poll, and for Regina to find him an apple.
You need to do what?
Ezra asks you, daughter, go find an apple.
An apple? On my way.
An apple. And then he asked Franklin for a long pole.
All right, we'll go find one.
Thank you.
Welcome. Don't kill him. He's a huge source of information. We need to keep the students alive as long as possible.
Don't worry. It takes a long time to slow roast.
Fuck, dude. That's awesome. I'm really glad that you're also into eating people. We sit there and bond over that for like 30 seconds, and then I'll go get a pole.
I'm guessing Regina would go through the bedroom, and not into the.
Into this, yeah, not into the skeletons. All right. Okay, so I'm in the kitchen.
I was about to say the room with the giant skeleton.
Yeah, avoid touching the skeleton if you don't want to die immediately.
Will do.
And Franklin goes just following her out in there, and you guys both find what you're looking for to bring back to Ezra.
Ezra, if you're trying to cook that dude, there's a kitchen over here.
Oh, Ezra
You don't have
starts
to
dragging
cook
in
him
that
at the
direction.
entry hall.
Okay.
Ezra I mean, you can drag him if that is your intention, but you can find by dragging him, it would be easier even for yourself probably to just pick him up and carry him.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna carry him like a rack of ribs under my arms.
Oh, okay.
Didn't you just get a band, like a Pokeball?
Yep.
It's awesome. So we have a few options. We could slow roast and ask for information. I'm so glad we're in the evil campaign and we can actually do this to people. PSA to the people listening: don't do this in real life. This is not cool.
No.
This is a fantasy land of evilness. Don't do that.
No.
Are you listening, United States government? Of course you are. Don't do that. Stop.
It's bad. Okay?
Get help. Anyway.
Back to fantasy. So yeah, Ezra builds a small little fire up, slides the pole right behind him, and takes the gag out. So this is how this works. You answer his questions. If you don't answer questions, I eat you. Answer questions, I might not eat you. Unless you start smelling good. And then shoves the apple in his mouth and starts rotating.
Do you want to roll a who set up the fire, or is when you say you start rolling him?
Whatever, like put like get him on like a little bipods with a little fire right below him, and start spinning him like he's a pig to roast.
I understand.
I guess I should do a survival.
Sure.
Come on, survival beat. Okay. I'm good about binding them up, not so much good at cooking. Regina, will you set fire and get it ready to cook?
Will
I rolled a
do.
5. Roll a 5.
Yeah, you're sitting there with and the flint and steel keep sparking, but you can't get the tinder in quite the right space for it to light up and catch the logs. With a 5, I meant. Please let me know what you get, Regina.
What am I rolling?
Survival.
Okay. 16.
Nice. You stand back up and start to rotate as the flames start to build from Regina's sparking on the logs, and a crackling, satisfying crackling starts to build as you finish your questions toward the pimp preacher, Ezra, and he goes, I would have answered your questions without all of this. What are they?
Yeah, this is all we know.
I'm famished. And he gives an approving nod down to Regina that she did a good job making the fire. Like a good fatherly head pat and everything.
Such a fucked up family.
Franklin, you have any more questions? He'll answer. You just take Apple out.
Oh yeah, I've got tons of questions for this dude.
Don't worry, this takes a while.
Let's step forward. Be like, listen, man. Let me preface this by saying, we don't want to hurt you. We're hurting you, but understand it's only because we've been here for so long that we know the only way to really trust anything anyone says is to make sure. If you know what I mean. So, understand, this is no malcontent or anything towards you. You seem like a nice guy. We just gotta be sure. So, we're not gonna try to turn the heat up too bad on you unless you lie. And if you lie, he's gonna eat you. So, we're gonna start by, and then I'll slowly walk around him, dropping like salt in a circle, and then darkly chant unholy words and cast Zone of Truth
Oh, okay.
around this dude. And I will post that here for you.
And then Ezra, while he's doing that, kind of pipes in, Franklin, don't. But you hurt my pup. I want to eat you. He's going to want to be able to save you. Sadistically looking at him.
Good cop. All right. So, Zone of
Just said,
Truth.
anybody in it has to tell the truth. And Ezra did.
Truth.
Yep.
Cast on VTT. That
Display
didn't
on
do
TV is what
shit.
you want.
Display. Create his magical zone. 15-foot radius. Charisma saving throw on a fail. They can't speak a deliberate lie. And then I'm also telling him, while transforming into my form of dread to give myself advantage on intimidation.
That's not a once per day thing.
Nope, it's a proficiency bonus times per long rest.
Just making sure.
Nice.
It's like a
Con
rage.
save. Yeah, that's what I thought.
So a charisma save for the Zone of Truth, but I'm gonna tell them to
Oh, charisma.
intentionally fail by intimidating them with that speech.
Oh, so you're telling him.
I'm telling him that he needs to choose to fail
Accept
because
this.
we're
Okay.
not here to hurt him. We just need to be sure.
going to insight check that
I'll roll
as
my
he's
intimidations.
Oh yeah, you
on
can inside Franklin all day. Yeah.
as he's on fire, basically.
Right. 24 intimidation.
He's looking at you, looking at the fire, and just goes, "Okay." You've let
Perfect.
it accepted.
Great. The spell takes hold. I turn to him and I say, all right. You said there's a conspiracy. You say it's entirely that this guy is a facsimile projecting himself onto these golems. We saw that. We were in his castle. Why is that a surprise? Like, I mean, very clearly he was somewhere else and controlling these things from a distance. So you telling us that is only really confirming what we guessed?
Yes. It's not a surprise, but it may be a surprise to you. I figured to know where he might be residing. That's what I wanted to tell you. I think he's behind those doors.
Ah. So you truthfully believe he's behind the doors. Could you list for me? Is it just you who's? So is it just you who thinks this, or is there like a group of you who are kind of like coming together on this one?
Uh, well, I mean, I'm not the only one with the conspiracy. We've all heard it about the adventurers that are passing through. It's been a while since we've had such a capable party come into our midst, though. So, uh, I'm one of the few higher ups that have the gall to approach any of you.
Right. So you're essentially saying you're using us being here as an opportunity to attempt to overthrow your dictator.
I mean, in different
That's an
words, perhaps.
expensive task. Government toppling? I mean, I'm here for it, don't get me wrong, but
Ezra looks over to Franklin. Is he resisting?
no, he willingly failed the truth spell. He just needs to kick him a little bit. Speak up.
Why? Why?
Regina, go get some butter.
Listen,
Okay.
again, I don't want to hurt you, man. Like, I've hurt a lot of people for a long time. You seem like you're actually trying to be a better, upstanding citizen. I'm all for that. You know, I support democracy.
Flames
Not for myself, but
hurt.
hey, Pokem, are you dying?
I hurt.
I land hands to heal him.
Oh, that feels great. Oh, it's still on, but I'm still on fire.
Yeah. I'll take off my ring of fire resistance and I'll put it on his finger.
Oh, thank you.
All right, now talk.
Wait, what am I supposed to say? I was distracted by burning to death.
I want a list of everybody who you think would be sympathetic to your cause, who's in on it, as well as any known weaknesses that this guy or his constructs may have. And really anything strategic that you could tell me. And you've got not a ton of time left.
Jeez. Well, I can immediately tell you that list would take me much longer than it would for me to just die on the spit to
Fair.
fill out of how many people there are. But uh, the most important one that you should know probably is the weakness that you asked.
Yeah, that's a great one.
I could tell you that quickly without dying.
Yeah. I mean, tell me that and you're saved, buddy. I'll put the fire out and you can write that list for me. You might even be able to go home before bedtime.
Oh, jeez, they're pretty powerful. They're immune to most damages. Well, not damages. I guess that's correct, but poison for sure. The big clockwork. The big clockwork golems, and they're immune to charming. I think you already experienced exhaustion, frightened, or paralyzed, and petrified, or poisoned.
Fuck, dude. So what are they weak to? Come on. Fire's
Pretty
getting
much,
toasty.
pretty much any non-magical damage. They aren't that. I guess especially bludgeoning would probably be
Right.
their real weak point.
Perfect. All right. I step forward and I kind of kick out the fire below him. I'll turn to Ezra and I'll be like, he's too valuable to eat, unfortunately, but we can go hunting for someone later if you want.
Ezra really is scowling at you.
I know, I'm sorry. Here, I pull out the remaining goblin jerky that I have. This is made out of those goblins that tried to attempt to take our money when we first arrived. Will
As
this
long
hold
as
you over?
the other plan is in place.
The other plan will be in place. We'll go hunting right after this, and we secure this guy.
Okay. And then he Ezra takes the goblin, puts him down, pulls the spit out from behind him, and then grabs his whip and then just whips him like to unbind him from the whip. He just whips him out.
Do you want to roll to hit?
Yeah, I probably need to roll to hit. Well, he's
Oh,
already
we're such
bound,
bad
so
people. You know, he probably doesn't need a limb, right? If you're hungry. I'm gonna leave that to you. And I walk out of the room.
Regina hands Ezra the stick of butter.
let's
Oh
see.
no. We're dangerous, terrible people.
He so hits with a 17 with the whip to maintain the
Yep.
control. And he takes a hand.
The card
guys-
has
That's
the
for my
best.
pup.
Well, I guess Franklin walks away. I don't know what Regina is doing, but how do you take the hand?
It with my other hand, I pull out my little hatchet and come down to cleave it off.
Okay. He does not. He does not resist as you kind of take his hand in yours, and then swing straight down through the wrist. He looks back up at you, looks down at his hand, and just starts hyperventilating, and then a high-pitched screaming sound that it almost is on a level that you can't hear.
Don't worry,
Doing business.
Franklin fix. And then he looks over to Regina. This is for him hurting you. See?
Yay, vengeance.
And he grabs his stump that's spurting blood, and he just finishes out his wail with a bunch of stuttering noises.
I'll come back
Think
in.
twice before you touch pup.
It's gonna get on my suit.
I'll lay on hands a few minutes later, or before he dies, I will come back, lay on hands to like cauterize the wound.
You come back
And then-
after you've turned around to probably, and he's passed
Well,
out.
I went to go get paper and pencil
He,
for his list.
I'm just gonna roll it to be sure, but I'm pretty sure he would have passed out.
Yep.
Oh damn. That was a nat 20. So he just is barely holding on to consciousness and blinking off in the distance, but shaking back and forth, holding the stump while you cast
I
it.
know.
And
I didn't kill him.
You did great. Thank you. I put a piece of paper and a pencil in front of him and lay on hands his stump. Be like, listen, This is the price of doing business in hell. We were forced to be here. This is not our choice. It's just the price of business. Now, I'm going to need you. I'm going to lay on hands him a little bit more. So I'm down from 35 minus 11 and then minus like 10. So probably like 9 left. You're going to write down the rest of the names of everyone here that you think we could convince to turn on the government. Because you hit a spark there, bud. I hate the government. I don't know why. But then what we're going to do is we're going to go collect them. So we need some sort of like phrase or code from you that will get them to trust us. We promise not to eat any of them if they willingly cooperate, but you did attack us earlier, so the hand is recompense fair and equal, eye as an eye and all that stuff. So why don't you write down that list and we'll make up a bed for you because you're going to stay here with us tonight and for a few more days until this operation happens. And then we will leave you in this level of hell to your own fate after that.
Looks up at you with his eyes starting to water. Which hand did
Yeah.
you take, by the way?
Oh, I took his
Yes,
left
sir.
hand.
And a single tear escapes his eye, and he goes, I was left-handed.
I guess you're gonna have to learn to be ambidextrous. Actually, wait. How about this instead? I'll turn. Ah, gosh, dig it. I'll sit down with a pen and pencil and write the names down myself. You just dictate to me.
I think it would be a good point to end it
Sure.
on.
Wow, guys, we got our asses kicked.
And I did flip a coin for that. I had heads as right-handed and tails as left-handed, and it came up tails. So
Yeah.
that's why I had to ask.
Fair. Oh man. That god was so much better, like more powerful than us. We had no choice.
Yeah.
And sure, maybe we didn't have to torture this guy, but
Plus,
you gotta know.
I mean, it was only
That was always on the table for him.
three of you guys, so you could see
Right.
that the shock troop, so to say, the first couple that were just gonna like explode the fuck out of you,
Right.
and then the rest of them that were gonna come bounding up.
Yeah. I mean, things might have been different if the big guys were susceptible to charm and failed.
That's
But
true.
but that is not how the dice rolled or their stats were.
Oh,
No, yeah,
Matt,
they're
if you
constructs, so.
Yeah.
Matt, if you wouldn't have got the ceasefire when Ezra's turn come around, he was going to jump and literally try to split the head of the pimp goblin. It was going to happen.
Man, that would have been sweet, but I think that probably would have been the last thing you did.
I'm only sad that Regina didn't get to bite anyone's toes off.
Right?
Oh,
The guy's still there. Regina,
Next
if you
time.
want to nibble on some toesies.
Yeah, maybe he's gonna lose his other arm.
I mean, I gave her a hand. So
So here's my plan. I don't know if you guys have any opinions, but I think we should get this list. Hopefully, includes a number of the crafters in town. We collect them, put them in the pocket rocket, then we explode the town and the dude, and then we have professional staff.
Ezra loves this idea.
Right.
We'll have to refit some of the interior of this place to give them some living quarters, but And then, like, they'll be in here, so we'll explode everything, right? And then we'll come back and be like, ah, everything exploded.
Oh no!
Oh no, there's nothing to live here. You can't live here. This is safe. You could live here safely. And then we'll
And then
learn
Ezra,
the true meaning of the level of greed by killing everyone and taking their most talented individuals.
and Ezra getting swole.
And Ezra getting swole, hopefully, and not dead.
And not dead.
I mean, you survived the very first encounter that was very much not meant for a level 2, so
Right.
that's already going to boost those
Ugh.
muscles.
And he
If
sought
it wasn't-
vengeance and got vengeance.
If it wasn't for the big, like, giant creatures that were still rolling up, I think we probably could have stayed there and taken it.
Oh yeah,
It would have sucked, but
Especially after
Yeah.
the mango mush. Oh yeah, Ezra was ready to roll. He was ready to go.
right? Another 11 HP to get hit one more turn. I'm back up to full, baby. Nothing's gonna whack.
yeah.
Well, I thought we were all either going to die or that Franklin was going to die and sacrifice himself to get away. All he had to do was sacrifice one of his books that he already read,
Yeah,
and
you're
hopefully
welcome
he can deface it enough.
for that backdoor that I created into the encounter.
Right?
Because, yeah.
Otherwise, that would have been the end of my. Well, I would have died and been transferred into the Ring of Mind Shielding,
You didn't have
and
that.
then I do.
That was what was traded for, right?
No, I traded the book.
Oh, from the other campaign. You have that one. I thought it was... What was the one that
In
you
this campaign, I bought in the last game a Ring of Mind Shielding, the Staff of Swarming Insects, and the tattoo.
And the Ring of Mind Shielding was still one of the items that is sitting at this... Like, was on not back order. That was not there.
Oh,
on
that
order
was
at
the one
store.
on back order. Okay.
Yeah,
never mind.
that and the Rhino's hide axe. So
Got it.
I went back and listened to make sure I wasn't
Got it.
misremembering stuff, but those were
Then
the
no,
two.
yeah, he would have sacrificed himself, died, and destroyed the book. Oh, that would have been a cute ending, but I didn't do that. That's fine. I'm just gonna torture someone instead.
Yeah, we did.
We sure did.
Yep.
For no reason, too. He was like 100% willing to tell us whatever we wanted.
Franklin didn't have a reason. Ezra totally had a reason.
That's fair. I mean, you gotta know. You gotta make sure.
Yep. Everyone must know. Do not touch Ezra's pup, or you will die. Or get eaten.
Alright, nerds. I'm gonna hop off.
Good night.
Nah,
Have a
man.
good night.
All right, bye everyone.
Woof.
Good night.
A grand and wonderful thank you for those who took the time and made it here, to the end of the episode, where I know sometimes we are long-winded and others we are just dead silent. I don't know what to tell you. This is raw here, folks. Please remember to like and subscribe, and you can help support us just by listening. But you can also provide even more support, if you like, by going to Anchor FM page and following the support link there. If you do so, I will personally work in an NPC or an idea, whatever you'd like to hear played out. If you want, you can get a hold of us through one of our many options, including voice messages on Anchor FM, or DM to our Twitter or any other social media that you can find us, YouTube, etc. You can share your ideas, otherwise listen for the shout out and thank you for making it through.